Welcome to my world of homemade liquid plant foods, compost mixes and activators. And here's just a bit of a selection. We've got coffee grounds. That's just the grounds from the coffee shops, steeped in water. Use that mainly as an activator. The juices from the perennial weeds, so we put them in a big container to rot down. Collect the juices from those. Urine, again another activator, ideal for the leaf mould and the wood chips and the paths. This is the compost runoff bin. So I've got a compost bin that's lined and all the juices run into a container. That again is an activator. Manure runoff. This is horse manure put into a sealed container, bottom of an IBC, and as the juices flow out we collect them, and that's a really good nitrogen food for our plants. Fish poo, that's the fish waste from the filters from the fish pond, and again you may be able to see that does need a little bit of a stir because of the solids. Nettle, that's steeped, again another great nitrogen plant food. Banana concentrate, that's banana skins put into a bucket and we just let the juices steep out there. Excellent potassium, etc. And I'll do a blend of mixes with that. Rhubarb leaves, that's a concentrate. That's one of the ones that I'll put the liquid soap in and use it on the pests around the allotments. Most important one, rainwater. I don't actually make it, but I harvest it from the roofs. Most important thing on anybody's growing space, that's rainwater. Comfrey concentrate, that's mixed at 1 to 20. That's gained from putting it into a pipe with a weight on top and then collecting the juices at the end. And then the actual cake, the actual leaves at the end of the season, we dry those, blend them, and then we end up with a comfrey powder, which is an ideal container. And lastly, comfrey, that's the steeped. That's what we're going to be looking at today. Ideal for our fruiting plants, tomatoes, strawberries, etc. So my strawberries will get a nitrogen feed early on, and then as soon as the strawberries flowers start to form, they get a good dose of the comfrey steeped. So I do everything on a big scale. So this is my filter when I do it, and this goes into a big container, but just for today I'm just going to use a little sieve, and this has got all the debris in. So this has been steeped for too long actually, but I don't put a use by date on any of my plant foods. I'll give you a little look round shortly, but these have been in from the summer. And there's my comfrey. I don't touch it at this time of the year, I let it all die back naturally, but we would just normally sieve it through, taking out all the larger bits. And we know it smells, don't we guys, anybody that actually makes it. So that's my comfrey steeped, the most popular one. Nettles are a little bit harder to get hold of, but comfrey and nettle, you can't go wrong. But you can see the sort of liquid plant foods that I make, harvest, or do whatever. Now I do compost mixes as well, and I've got a little blend which is tried and tested of wood chips, 50% wood chips and 50% leaf mould. So there's our wood chips, and that's them after 3 years. So these get left in the paths, the worms do the work, bits of compost falls on the floor, weeds are put on the floor, and in the end, after it's sieved, we get that. So that is half of my mix for mainly the beans, and putting the actual beans in, but I do starter mixes. And again, leaves. So we start with the leaves. They're no good like that, guys. but after 3 years, these here have come out the trommel right at the beginning, so they're really fine. So by the time we've got those after 3 years, these after 2 years, we mix them up and we get a nice blend. It ain't weed free, guys, that's why I mainly use it for the beans, but it doesn't cost me nothing. So I hope you've enjoyed that little bit. I'm just going to give you a quick show round now of the leaf collection, how I store my liquid plant foods, and I'll give you back to Liz then. I don't edit, guys, so I'm just going to switch the camera off. So at the moment it's November, and I've got a double pallet bin there. I normally collect about 18 to 20 of these bags, and there's 4 in there at the moment, so we have to keep waiting for them to settle down. In there is 20 bags of leaf mould sitting in that bin there. It's about that level now, and it's sinking slowly. It's a long process, but well worth it when you can get material like this for leaf mould, and like that for wood chips. They're my main drums. There's some drums there of the compost bin runoff. It's all collected down there. Perennial weed bin over there. And I'm going to be revealing whether it is actually worth trying to kill our perennial weeds. These are the rooty weeds that cause us problems, so I've drowned them. There's my homemade trommel out of a shopping trolley, a blue barrel, and all I had to do is blow it by the wire. So that's actually cost me about £12.50. It's solar powered with a disability scooter and motor. So there's the comfrey steeped, and it does smell. And as I turn around nice and slowly for you, and that's where I keep my nettles. I didn't get any nettles this year early on because of the pandemic. So this is my manure runoff collection. I've got a roof on it now, so we collect the water. I'm just doing this now with a siphoning method, so the drums don't overflow. Collection bucket there. There's the bottom of the IBC, and there's the manure that I've got left. Again, I haven't collected manure in 2020 because of this pandemic, and all the juices come out into there, and liquid black gold. I've got 2 of these containers, drums, collection areas, whatever you want to call it. I've been sent another comfrey, blocking 14, and I've prepared this area. So there's about 6 or 7 roots in there, and they're growing nicely. I garden on a budget, so we've got some polycarbonate sheets there. We've got this massive water container, 273 litres I believe it is. We've got some nice pallets there, and another skip find of builder's wood, all the nails removed. So a quick overview, and there we have plot 1. There's the leaves, there's my manure runoff, and compost bins on that's plot 1, this is plot 3, and this is my growing space. We need to do the polytunnel this year.